All right. Hello, everybody. We're just waiting. Um, all right. Hello, everybody. I'm just waiting for RJ to get here. He's on his way. Let's see. Yeah, Batgoat wasn't feeling well tonight, so he was unable to show up. But hopefully, he'll feel better next week. Anyways, that way I gotta go. Actually, step away from the computer for a moment. So I'm gonna turn on some music here while we wait for RJ to get here and things are going to be a little chaotic tonight. I had a chaotic day, but hopefully you'll settle in soon enough. Anyways, I'm going to set some music on, and I'll be right back in a couple minutes. Hopefully by then RJ will be here, and we'll be able to get started on everybody's favorite topic, um, comic books. All right. Anyways, looks like we do have some people in here. Um, Sorry about that, guys. Things have been a little chaotic today. So, having a bit of a chaotic start. That note is not going to be with us tonight. He's not feeling too well. But I did talk to RJ Carter. He'll be here soon, hopefully. Just waiting for just basically waiting for him to come in. For you, I hope everybody's having a good has had a good week this week and having a good day. We will be getting into the stuff as soon as RJ shows up. Um, hey, Mighty Geek, as long as you are doing well, don't worry about it. Well, I mean, as I said, I had a chaotic day today. The so our electric company, Edison, Southern California Edison, is doing work on the electrical systems here, energy systems here. So I was gonna basically my computer was gonna be off for a good part of the day. So I decided to go do some pants shopping. Walked like basically 2 hours both way, to and from the store I was going to in 100-degree heat. Um, so so that was happening, as well as then I, of course, during the day found out got a message back from Batgoat he wasn't going to be available tonight. Hey, action! Oh, yep. Um, you know, it's been, as I said, just kind of a crazy day. Things didn't go right. Then I dropped my phone and it wasn't working for a while. But my sister, I thank her for fixing it. My sister was able to fix my phone. Now that's all done. So I said I'm just waiting for um RJ before get started. So of course this week what we're gonna do, we're gonna be looking at Centaur Comics. The comics that went on sale from Centaur back in um December of 38. Um we'll be doing some summary work on Little Giants number 4 and Amazing Mystery Funnies number 5, and then probably reading from Keen Detective Funnies number 5. So, anyways, how are you guys doing? Hopefully, you're doing well. And yeah, you're gonna probably be seeing me rub my head quite a bit because I do have a slight headache. Again, I was walking around in 100-degree heat today. So, uh, anyways, so how are you guys doing? Hope all is well with you. And of course, if you haven't already, if you can like and share the stream so we can get some more friendly people in here, that would help quite a bit. Well, actually, what I can probably do, right, we're waiting for RJ as well. I know I showed this last night on my stream. I know Toys is here. I'm in pain, but my wife home. Other than the fact that it's cold and snowing here, I'm doing well. So you have the exact opposite problem what I had today. Mighty Geek Studios. Anyways, another little entertaining tidbit is Chris Tomolovich did something for me the other day. And I guess I will go ahead and show that because it was actually kind of cool. Chris Tomolovich did a trailer for me for my channel here. I think maybe I can share that as we're waiting for RJ, which is considering that I'm more substance and style, there's not really a whole lot in terms of the editorial presentation of my work here. Chris did a superb job, and I guess if he has his way, it's only going to get even better. Let's see. Oh, here it is. We're gonna go. I'll go ahead and share this for you guys. We're just gonna wait, give people a chance to get in here before we get started. 38. Hmm. I saw your, I saw your, let's see, Mike. You should play it at the start of your streams, and I maybe depending upon how I could set it up. Granted, I'm not quite as good as editing as some of you guys are, but maybe we can figure something out with that. But it's again and again, that was a very cool trailer he did, and I do appreciate that. Considering, as I said, that I'm more substance over sound, whereas I focus more on the content of what I'm doing than really how I look. You guys can see I just do this out of my room basically. um so oh yeah. So anyways, we're still waiting on RJ. Um and from what I understand, Chris is still planning on tinkering with it to try to make it even better. It's already a pretty superb trailer, I think. I mean, um he used a guitar instrumental for of the Gummy Bears theme. That, of course, I sing that sometimes before the show as I'm waiting for people to come in. Um, and there's um, and there's um, of course a little Pokemon reference at the end there. Anyways, as I said, I'm just waiting for RJ, so that's why we haven't started yet. As you know, I like to have somebody a second here to bounce things off of and just do nothing. Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you. um, I know. Thank you, RJ, for stepping in for Batgoat tonight.
Hey, get to sit around and read comics. Why not, man?
Yeah. So I know since you got in here a little late here, we weren't able to go through. So basically, we're going to go over comics that went on sale in December 1938 from Centaur Comics. Do some preliminary preview work from little comics from number 4, the last issue of that series, and then do a little summary work from Amazing Mystery Funnies number 5, which has Skyrocket Steel in it. And we're going to probably be doing the majority of the reading from Keen Detectives number 5 in parentheses. It was a 5th issue, but for whatever reason, they were a little screwy with the numbering. Even though it's the 5th issue, it's in the indicia has it as volume 2, number 1. So,
they tried to reboot.
not exactly. They didn't even start. They didn't even start out like there weren't any actual issues 1 through 7. They started with volume 1, number 8. And now up to the 5th issue, now it's like volume 2 issue, volume 2 issue 1. So that's basically what's on tap for today. And of course, I showed off a few minutes ago the trailer Chris did for me. And
I saw a trailer on his channel. I think it's the same one.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Okay.
He said
You've got an intro now.
Huh?
You've got an intro now.
Actually, yeah. Well, that's if you just see the comment right there. That's what Toys was suggesting. I should use it as an intro. Again, as I said, and I consider it pretty superb, considering that I'm more substance over style. So, I'm not as keen on the editing stuff like you guys all are. Let's see. RJ isn't late. He arrived in style with fast food for chat.
Yes, I had to grab dinner on the way home. I was an hour away when you called me, and I was just getting the grocery store. So
yeah. So all right. So let's see now. And if for those who haven't yet, if you can go ahead and like and share, see if we can get some more friendly people in here. That'd be appreciated. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and share the comic stuff now. I said we're going to start by going over to Grand Comics database, do a little summary work here. So first off, we're going to go to Little Comics, I believe. Little Giant Comics, that's what it is. So they had little giant movie features and Little Giant and Detective Funnies. But Detective Funnies, though, it was funny because they with Detective Funnies they only had issues 1 and 4. They didn't even have a 2 or 3 issue. And on this one, this is, as I said, the last issue, partially indexed here. They don't really have much here. So this is from Little Giant Comics number 4 here. Here are some notes here on issue notes. Information of this issue was provided by Ken Corto. Okay. Numerous pages contains a joke, riddle, or gag at the bottom of the page. On sale date from So this right here, so you guys can put the cover up there so you can see the cover there. Little Giant Comic. Bzzz. So this series only ran 4 issues. Little Giant movie features only ran 2, and then Little Giant Detective Funnies ran, well, apparently they had an issue 1 and 4, but no 2 and 3. So had 2 issues, but they were not numbered quite right there. So Darts of Death by Dick Kent was reprinted from Funny Picture Stories, Volume 1, Number 6, April 1937, which was under the Comics Magazine Company there, in case you didn't know, from Funny Pages. So basically, this is basically a reprint collection of stuff they'd already printed up, obviously. With, as I said, jokes, riddles, and games to go with it. Adventures of Newsreel Cameraman, which, of course, those are pretty popular back then in those times because that's how people would get their news and go to their local theaters and watch newsreels. Fighting Spirit, a Todd Perry story. Well, this is all, this is basically all that they had for this. Stone Age, King Bunko, Indie. Not really much. They just tell, learn cartooning. Script penciled and inked by John Patterson, as J.A. Patterson. Oh, RJ, let me ask you something. Going back to modern times here for a moment. Do you know a comic artist by the name of Peach Momoko, or have you ever heard of her?
Yeah, I know Peach Momoko.
Her name is very interesting to me because Momoko, I believe, is a Japanese word for peach. So she calls herself basically Peach Peach.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a pen name.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure of that too. But it just when I've seen her name in some of the stories I've read recently, and it just kind of grabbed my attention there. I just didn't know if you'd see Pete Kid Callahan, 7 pages by Joseph E. Burrish there, but that was it was just something that caught my attention. All right, so now let's look at Amazing Mystery Funnies number 5. Now, normally we would be reading the Skyrocket Steel feature from this book, but they, for whatever reason, they didn't have issues 4 or 5 on the site I go to. So, and much like King Detective, this one was indexed as issue 2, number 1, or volume 2, issue 1. So Skyrocket Steel here by Bill Everett. Now, from what I understand, from some of the research I've seen, Bill Everett is the guy who created Amazing Man, who DC eventually picked up. So this is another piece of his work, Skyrocket Steel. And we read his story from issues 1 to 3, or 2 and 3 rather. He wasn't in. Okay.
Bill Everett didn't create Amazing Man. DC, unless there's a different one, because DC had an Amazing Man, but his name was Will Everett.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Well, I thought I heard something here saying that Bill Everett may have created him, but I thought I read that somewhere. But I guess we can.
Well, there is an Amazing Man that was supposedly created by Bill Everett.
They Skyrocket Steel. The characters in this story, the science fiction, they're Skyrocket Steel Dodge, Shari Marston, King Cole, Vance Roy, the villain Invex, Invisible Man, reformed villain. Synopsis: Invex gives Steel the power of invisibility in order to fool his chief, Vance Roy, which leads to his capture. Bill Everett reprinted in the Bill Everett archives, Fantagraphs 2011 series, Amazing Mysteries. Some other stories that were in here include Shanghai from John Patterson as J.A. Patterson, a Dick Kent story, and we will probably be reading a Dick Kent story and Keen Detective stories as well. Go over there, Double Trouble. All right, so with all that, let's go ahead and go to our main thing for the night. All right, comic books. Let's see. And I do thank you guys for the likes and shares. That really helps. Oh, and RJ, you know what a centaur actually is, right?
Well, yeah, it's technically it's any 4-legged creature that's half man.
Half man, half horse, but most of the time it's usually perceived as a half man, half horse, where like a minotaur is half bull, or has the head of a bull, the body of a man, and the lower body of a bull.
Right.
All right. So let's see now. All right. So here we go. Here's Teen Detective Funnies. The cover date's January, but it went on sale, of course, in December. The approximate on sale date. So, well, look at that! Look at that right there, huh?
It's a plane flying down Main Street, man.
Yeah, you wouldn't see that anymore. A biplane, no less. Right?
That's not a biplane, man.
Huh?
Biplanes have two wings on top of each other.
Oh, okay.
But still, can you imagine somebody taking a little Cessna down the middle of the main highway shooting at a fleeing car?
Yeah, well, you got a lot of shooting going on here. You got the cop shooting, you got the bad guy shooting, you got the plane shooting. Got a lot of shooting going on here. In that picture there. And then here's real fun with these glider skates. Easy glide, easy skate, and ski too. Look at that. Real Christmas. Since this went on sale in December, of course they're going to be pushing Christmas stuff here. And winter fun there. Doc's orders, complete story, complete Thurston Hunt story. So I guess we'll start with this one by Arthur Panajan. I believe it's pronounced Panajan. I think he's Middle Eastern. He's of Middle Eastern descent. Here, I'll even make it a little larger so we can really read it even that much better. Yeah, Doc's Orders, a complete Thurston Hunt thriller by Arthur Panajan. From what I understand, Arthur Panajan would go to work with Quality Comics as well. One of the characters he introduced to Quality Comics is Madame Fatale, who is actually a transvestite secret agent type person named Rich. Can't remember the guy's actual name, but he would basically dress up as an old lady, and his fighting style was to basically knock him over the head with various things like purses and all that. But anyways, so let's get into this. Come clean, George. Aren't Doc Peters and his mob due at your hideout sometime this week? Spill it, or we'll go hard on you, George. Harboring public enemies, eh? You can't. You can't prove nothing. I ain't done nothing. Let me out of here. It's no use, Chief. He just won't talk. Oh, yes, he will. Just a minute. I'll bring in something that'll make, quote unquote, the Sphinx talk. Tom, look out. No, you won't. So he tries to hit him. Hit him, Tom. You'll never get me. Too late, Chief. He's taken poison. A lot of bad guys seem to off themselves back then with like that to keep from speaking. Hey, RJ.
Yeah. I usually kept it in a false tooth.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Georgie, the dupe, just took poison concealed in his fake wristwatch. Sir, that means Doc Peters is really coming to his hideout. He knew we were right. Now we must act quick. Here's my plan to nab Peters and his mob, etc., etc. Too bad about Georgie. He could have given us a lot of information. Now, RJ, I was watching one of your streams the other day. You were talking about, I guess, on one of the streams, I think it might have been yesterday, in fact, where you were talking about how, I guess, the guys did the word bubbles a little screwy, where it wasn't clear on who, how it was supposed to be ordered. What do you think of these word bubbles?
So far, so good. I mean, they're at least reading left to right.
Yep.
Or top to bottom.
Yeah. Anyways, getting back to the story here. That's a pretty risky plan, Hunt, but it's worth trying. Go to it. Go to it, and good luck. Thanks, sir. I'll leave at once for Georgie's hideout. Have a squad ready to go into action as soon as I give the word. Goodbye, sir. The following day at the Duke's hideout. Now, so they're alternating his name as Georgie and the Duke. Dupe usually means like somebody's not too bright or somebody's like a stooge or something, right?
Yep.
No, nobody's shown up as yet, Tom. Expect them any minute. Stand by for instructions. Yes, okay. Open up, Georgie. It's Doc and the boys. Gee, is this a big place and am I tired? Not a bad joint Georgie's got here, Doc. Hey, where's the dupe and who the devil are you? I'm Georgie's brother Hal. Just got out of the pen. Was doing a stretch for conking a copper on his dome a little too hard. Georgie had to skip town for a few days. Make yourselves at home, boys. I'll get some drinks. So conking a copper on his dome. So
a little too hard.
Huh?
A little too hard.
Yeah, a little too hard. So what in this particular context, RJ, what's dome? What do they mean when they say dome here in this particular context?
On his head.
Right. On the cranium dome. That skull up there. Of course, didn't do myself any favors with the headache I've got from walking around in 100-degree heat today. Listen, boys. Now that we're set here, I want you three guys to go down to the Second National and sort of get the lay of the land. That's our next big job. Get me? You know us, Doc. Okay, boss. Sure, Doc. Say, Al, you know who's coming here today? None other than Porky Gibbs, an old sing pal of Georgie's. He's the guy that told me about Georgie. Too bad the dupe had a lamb it out for a while. Gibbs seems if Georgie told me about him once. Now, what do you think, Doc? Now, RJ, what do you think Doc is probably trying to feel? Think Doc may be trying to feel something out here?
Oh yeah, he might be testing, see if tell him about somebody who doesn't exist, just to see what he says.
Well, let's see how things kind of pan out there. How about a few more bottles, Al? Georgie won't mind. Okay, something seems a little screwy there because I think isn't Doc the one sitting there reading the paper? But yet it sounds like somebody from.
Well, Doc wasn't reading paper before, just another guy in a green jacket.
Look there.
Yeah.
Look back up here. It looks like the same guy.
Yeah, it does look like the same guy.
But
they pointed that word balloon wrong.
Yeah, it's like, shouldn't that be pointing more down towards him?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Doc, coming up. Good gosh, I hope Porky doesn't spoil this. Let me see those 3 men. Will be back soon. Now, there's a thought, I think more of a thought balloon than a.
Yeah, he's kind of whispering to himself.
Yeah. Now's my chance. I must call Tom. Hello. Ye gods, where is he? Ye gods, where is he? Oh, Tom. Yes, I've got to talk low. The gang's in the other room. Tom, the time is almost ripe. Be here in 2 hours. Cover both front and back doors. Yes, I'll watch myself, okay? Well, hi, ya Porky. Hey, Al. Here's the guy I was telling ya about. Porky, this is Al, the Duke's brother. Georgie's bro? He's a fake, Doc. Reach for the ceiling, copper. The Duke told me he never had one. Oh boy.
Got tripped up that way.
Yeah. We kind of knew, we kind of guessed it right, didn't we?
Yeah. Plot point.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll be. Let me at him of all the nerve.
Two guys with one punch.
Oh, what was that? RJ?
Two guys with one punch.
Yeah. Ah, Woody's here. Hey, Woody. Hey there, bro, daddy. Oh, Woody's now doing the Batgoat. Yeah, Batgoat wasn't feeling too well tonight, Woody. So I had asked RJ to fill in for him, and RJ's doing a good job. Thank you, RJ. Wait, what? What purses? I guess I love to catch. I'll have to catch up. Mike, you should let RJ read some of the characters. He has great voices.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Woody.
Yeah, Woody. The only reason I was a little. Let's just say I had kind of a chaotic day. Didn't really have any time to like really put anything into motion, as it were. But that's why we're just doing our normal thing here. Yeah, so up, down, side, wax on, wax off. Glow. Porky used to run girdly joints. Oh boy.
Yes, he did.
Anyways, getting back to the story here. Get out of the way, Doc. I want a plug. Oof. This'll be the end of ya, Flatfoot. Get him, Doc. Ooh. Not yet, Mug. Well, it's about time you went into action, Croaky. Where you been? Now that's using your head. And I'm trying to find the cursor. And I've been having trouble keeping track of the cursor late. Anyways, actually, I'm gonna need to go away from the camera for a quick moment. I'll be right back. RJ, if you can entertain them for a moment while I take care of something real quick.
Okay. Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. I think Ginger Grant did that one a lot better than I did. So yeah, I don't think we're surprised at all that the undercover cop here gets conked and taken over. This is, after all, Tom's strip. He's the hero. So, even his buddies have to be a little bit off their game so that Tom can play the rescue man. I kind of wish I had control of the screen here. We'd continue reading. But it doesn't work that way. Yes, well, I guess I'm not really guest hosting. I'm just a guest. I don't have team membership here. Plus, I don't have access to that screen, so I can't scroll it and read. But Mike's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. My nose is giving me a little bit more of a issue there, and rather than continue to do that, try to see if I can clear it out, so where I have to keep going back to it. Anyways,
I just took it on screen.
All right, so moving on with the story then. I'm glad you boys got back when you did. The coppers are wise that we're here. Now that we got the layout of this bank, well, pull the job and move down south. Get me? As for that dumb Flatfoot over there, we'll bump him off. Okay? Get your hat and let's go. So
this is something you don't see very often anymore. The word balloon is behind the character and his head's in the way, so they're having to ride around it.
Yeah. That's a very interesting point you made there. And if you notice, it took me a second. I'm trying to figure out the exact order we should go in. And
yeah.
Going like top to bottom or left to right, so I hopefully I figured it out right there.
Oh yeah, so, it's still left to right. You just got to skip the head.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. And I think you may have picked up on the fact that I actually did pick up on that.
Yep.
So RJ, what back? Okay, so back then we have the phrase "bump them off." What does "bump him off" mean?
Oh, I think we all know what that means. They're gonna kill him.
They're gonna end him. They're going to make sure he's no longer breathing.
Right? Yep.
We ought to make a nice haul. The cinch. Me finger is itching, Doc. you and your bunch of yeggs are trapped. Right outside that door are 10 G-men ready to break in with blazing guns. You'd better give up. G-men, huh? Yeggs, which I believe that's actually eggs, he's saying, right? Right, RJ? That word yeggs right there. I believe he's meaning eggs.
Yeah, but that's the way they pronounced it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's like saying, but you bunch of yahoos.
Right. Let's see. You can't scare us, G-boy. Ready, man? Good. We're on our way. But first, let Croaky put a slug through this guy. Go ahead, Croaky. Croaky. Very interesting name. You got Porky and Croaky.
Yeah, Croaky's the one's going to croak them.
Yep. kind of like last week when we talked about how Superman raised RAZED, a slum, to get the government to raise RAISE, a new and better housing prospect. Oh, Butch, it's the G-Man! Quick, the back door! You're trapped! Ooh, Doc, they got me too. Stick 'em up, you mugs. Don't make a move or I'll let you have it. Now move over there to that wall so I can unlock the door. Why, you low down? Let's rush him. Let's rush him, Doc. Rush him. Well, they are 4 of them against 1 of him. So, but then what? But RJ, let me ask you this. Let's say those 4. Yeah, they may have the initial advantage here, 4-on-1. What do you think is liable to happen from what we know here if they do try to rush him?
Well, 25% chance one of them is going to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good odds. I wouldn't want to take for me.
What we also know is that the G-men are right outside the door, right? So
yeah, they're not going to be able to go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, my guess is if he's getting them to try to stand against a wall so we can unlock the door, I think the other G-men are liable to bust through that door and be shooting. Don't you think?
Absolutely. Lock or no lock, they'd be busting through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm sure there are a lot more G-men than those 4 men right there, I would gather, right?
Maybe.
Let's see what happens here.
Might just be Tom.
Yeah. I got him. Yeah, but he got Lou. They're breaking in. Let him have it, boys. Stop, Doc. We still got a chance. The back door. Put him up, Doc. You won't get me. Give it to him. Give it to him then. So what do you think? How are these word balloons ordering here, RJ?
Oh, they're fine. They're wordy. They're bigger word balloons than we're used to.
You mean with the modern comics, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, remember, I did actually increase the font too to make everything a little bit bigger. But you were also saying that they're pretty wordy, meaning that they have actually a lot more content there than we're used to seeing in modern times, right?
Oh yeah, these guys talk a lot.
Yeah. They don't rely as much on the art, even though the art is as much a part of it as the story and the wording. But now why do you think that is though? Why with modern comics you believe they don't talk as much?
Well, I mean, it depends on which comic. I think we found, there was a fledgling medium at the time, and I think they found a happy medium, so to speak, where the art and the words complemented each other better.
Huh. All right.
But now, it's gotten back to where you've got people who want to be writers of books, and comics is where they're getting their start. So they're making them into novels with pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I have one of the things I've seen in my news coverage is that there does seem to be more talk about graphic novels in comics. You hear a lot more about graphic novel releases than comics.
Yeah,
seems like so. Yeah. So okay. So, anyways, back to the story here. You sure had me scared, Chief. When I heard that groan you let out, that made us break in like mad. Break in like mad.
Didn't look like they broke in that fast. Maybe they had to be let in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could have kicked in the door at any time. I'm pretty sure of that. I've seen a number of. I've seen a few episodes of Cops where they literally just kick in the door. They just big boot the door right in. So, anyways, just an old ruse, Tom. I was stalling for time. Doc thought he winged me, but the bullet just missed my ear. Well, that cleans up Doc Peters' mob. By the way, how is Doc? Is he hurt much, Flint? No, sir. Just a few leg and shoulder wounds. He'll pull through all right, but where he's going, he'll be taking orders and not giving them. Wow, kind of an interesting little thing there. They had a little statement of ownership, which they, I guess, had more of back then.
Hey, let's go back up there. Let's go back up there. This is where Centaur and all them people are at. No, you go too far. So this was published bi-monthly in St. Louis, Missouri, not New York, which was, the capital of comic book publishing.
Oh, is that what you were keying in on that right there?
Yeah, because there's a lot of New York stuff here in the legalese recognizing the ownership, but it's published in St. Louis.
Oh yeah, statement of ownership, management, circulation, etc., required by the Acts of Congress of August 24th, 1912 and March 3rd, 1933. Of Keen Detective Funnies, published bi-monthly at St. Louis, Missouri for October 1st, 1938. State of New York, County of New York, before a note. Okay. So, anything else you want to read from that, or
no, that's just what I keyed in on there.
Well, you're kind of from St. Louis, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why it stuck out to me. I was not aware of any publishing comic book publishers in St. Louis, other than, well, now I guess Oni, not Oni, but Lion Forge was out of St. Louis, and they're gone. So because Oni picked them up, and Merc Magazine, Jamie Tyndall's outfit is out of St. Louis.
Huh. Okay. And I think you've had Jamie Tyndall on before, right?
No, but I have had one of his other folks there, the Murphy. She runs the place basically, so she's like the manager of the publications. She was on the show talking about that.
Yeah, because I think I've seen a couple of your shows where you did mention him on. And Murphy, she a blonde girl?
I don't really remember. Oh, and of course, Biff Bam Boom Comics is an independent press out of St. Louis. They've been on the show quite a bit, and they're coming up again soon. So,
yeah. So, but yeah, back even in this time, New York was kind of the place to be when it came to comics.
Yeah, they were all there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's still all there, but
no.
Now, mind you, Centaur ceased to exist, I think, in 42. They closed down in 42. But they were actually, at this point in time, they were actually the most prolific company at this time. At this time, they were, I think, publishing, 7 titles, seven features at this, 7 titles, 7 books at this point, a month, monthly. There was amazing. There was, let's see, funny pages, funny picture stories. Actually was up to, I think it might have been up to 9. Let's see, Star Comics, Star Ranger funnies, Amazing Mystery funnies, Keen Detective funnies, and then the Little Giant. It was 6, but this was the last Little Giant comics, and the other Little Giant books were already done by this point. So they were going to be as of December 31st, 1938, they were going to be back down to 6, but they were still publishing more books than any other company at this time. So let's see where we're at on time here. And according to the counter, I've only got one person viewing, but I think it should be more than that. Let's see. But we're at the 57-minute mark here, so let me see. I should probably try to. Yeah, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead. Now, normally these books are like 68 pages, but if there's less numbers, it's because some of the content may have been taken out. Maybe for, I guess, for copyright reasons or whatever. Let's see what we got here. Gang.
The 7-Eleven gang.
Yeah. So there's a couple others here, like Kent and Rocky Bear we're going to look for here. But there are 52 pages here, so meaning the chances are either this was only 52 pages or some of the content got taken out for whatever reason. Anyways.
52 is divisible by 4, so it could be that was it.
Yeah. Illustrated by Robert Wood, Snatch Racket, light novelist. Now look at the colors here. There's a nice array of colors here on this story. Kind of a nice way of putting the colors. The colorist here must have been, very. Oh, look at that right there. Look at that lady right
there. They knocked her out.
Well, she was probably getting physical with them too.
Oh yeah, she came in with guns blazing.
Oh, that guy looked like he's trying to put that guy up in a torture rack move. Argentine Backbreaker right there. I mean, it's more like he's pressing him over his head, but you see the way he's angled. It's almost like he's trying to put him up in a move that's been known as the Argentine Backbreaker, or a lot of fans would remember it as a torture rack, which was used by Lex Luger. And there's another girl there.
Is that a girl or a little boy?
It could be a little boy, yeah. Well, I think it might. Look at the shoes. I think it might be a girl.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Because the those type of shoes, boys don't wear those type of shoes. Oh, that's something else. Somebody got thrown off the cliff there. somebody's getting rescued from the. Oh, look at that! The fireman's carry right there.
Yep. Oh, wait, no, he called him son.
Oh, okay. Maybe back then boys wore those type of the way those shoes look though. Those look more like something a girl would wear, not necessarily a boy. So here's Bob Colby. There's another very interesting character here. The Trapline Mystery. Bob Colby solves a mystery in the far north. A complete story in pictures by Martin, and I believe his last name was Flitchock or something like that, or Filchock. Let's go ahead and read through this one then. I think I've read this guy in here before. So, Monsieur, there is a devil on my trap line. He steal my fur, mon Dieu. Someday he kill me afraid to go. Sorry, boys, but I gotta shut old Frenchie up. Oh, there we go. That's sorry, boys, but I gotta shut old Frenchie up.
He overhears him complaining at the bar, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't want you telling people about that."
Shut up, you fool mouth, you dumb breed. Brick, let Pierre alone. He's a friend of mine. What? This will teach you to stay out of my affairs. Trying to take a punch at him. Hey, pard, I wouldn't be too navy. Take my advice and stay out of that fight.
That word has fallen into archaic usage.
What, navy?
Nebby, yeah.
Nebby?
Rudely inquisitive or meddlesome. It's British.
You don't really see that anymore, do you?
No.
Which makes it fascinating when we look back on it, right?
That's like I talk about the old radio shows all the time. Everybody called it Los Angeles, not Los Angeles. And cars were coupes, not coupes. Somewhere along the way, we decided to change pronunciation of stuff. And it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. I'll get you for this. You're quick with that mouth, Brick, but slow with your fist.
Got him.
Thanks. He would have knifed me for sure. Drake was Pa's last name. Folks call him Jim. Colby is my name. Bob Colby. See. Pierre, your story makes me all ears. Do you mind letting me in on it? Yes, monsieur. I'm gonna need to step away from the camera for a moment.
All right.
It's getting a little more dimmer here. RJ, why don't you go ahead and maybe promo your show a bit? I think I made you a mod a while back, so you can even share links if you want.
I am a mod. I'd have to open up another window to do it, but we do have, we are booked up through here. So tomorrow, I have on the calendar at 3 p.m. Read Comics. So I might be considering opening up a live stream and actually reading on air this stack of comics I've gotten. that I need to read. They're all crowdfunded books, so we can enjoy them together, kind of like we're doing here. I will put a second camera up on top of the books since I won't be sharing them on a digital screen. Next week, starting Monday at 7 p.m. Well, all my times are Central, so my calendar is in Central Time, so I'll try to think Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Chris and Diana Tmilovich will be on here with Hero Shack talking about their Trolls Exposed. Tuesday at 8 p.m. we will have Miss Rena, Magic Gal Media herself, on here. Wednesday the 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we will have Rusty Gilligan, who is a jack of all trades in the comics industry and has worked in professional wrestling as well. And then Thursday, I will be taking a back seat running the show behind the scenes while our staffer, Damascus Mincemeyer, takes over the hosting to talk with horror director Simon Drake about his independent horror films. Then, if you're planning your calendar out for the week after that, Monday again, we have Rich Ayala will be on with Roach Balls. Tuesday will be Phoenix Press with Project Axis. Wednesday, we'll be talking with Kevin Laporte. And Thursday, straight out of St. Louis, will be Biff Bam Boom Comics. And I actually have the next week after that blocked out too, but 2 weeks is enough. Just, if you just come to 2 of them, 1 a week, I'll be happy. Mike is back.
All right. Yeah. I got a second row and end sex local indie pro wrestling. Okay.
Oh, and Harrison, that's not far from me.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about the Laga Galleys and
Log Angeles and Coupe. Yeah, that's true. They call it Los Angeles. Coupe. There's some other words that I hear that I'm like, what? Oh, they're pronouncing something with a hard consonant instead of the soft one. It's just the way they talk.
All right. So, anyways, getting back to the story here. Every day, some traps robbed. No tracks. Fur gone. Poof. Vanish in air. Only devils steal fur and not make track. You like go see? Yes? Sure, Pierre. Let's get going. Look, first trap, fur gone. Mink tracks. Come to trap, but no, go away. Devil, he take mink. Well, I say, let me examine this.
Oh, it's nice they drew the tracks in the snow for us. Yeah, look at that.
Mm-hmm. And you notice a little numbering in the bottom left-hand corner there?
The panels are numbered and then the pages are numbered.
It should make reading them a little easier, huh?
Yeah.
Keep track of them. Say, does anyone else trap near here? Oui, monsieur. Jean Drake's trap line is 100 yards up that way. Pierre, take me to Jim's cabin. All right, I think I'm figuring out the order here. Welcome, come right in. No, Colby, I have had some. No, Colby, I have had some wonderful luck this year. No fur stolen. Want to see my catch? Congratulations, Drake. You have some really fine fur here. What's this a cut? What's this a cut? Huh? Nothing but a feather?
I'm not getting that one.
Well, Drake, we must be moving along. See you later. You want to know about Gene? And he is one good friend. Have bad luck 2-3 years back. Pretty wife, she sick. Poof. One night she die. It make Gene funny man after dat. No want talk. Nobody. Me, Pierre, only friend. Him got.
This is why you don't try to write patois, folk.
It's what?
You don't try to write patois. Just write in English. Tell us he's a Frenchman. We'll put an accent in our heads ourselves.
What are you okay? Is that supposed to be a criticism of the writing or how I'm reading it?
No, it's the writing, because it's impacting your reading, because you're stumbling over what they're writing that's not grammatical. So, it causes anybody to stop and say, wait, what? That's...
Well, I mean, and I'm trying to do the accent, obviously, to again make it a little more entertaining and colorful, obviously.
Yeah, and the writer can produce an accent in the mind of the reader without having to do it with every single word.
Pierre, you go to the cabin. I'll scout around some. Sure, Bob. You no come back for 5 hours? I come look. Yes? Hours later. A large mink. One shot between the eyes. 2. Off comes the leg. Good shooting, if I do say it myself. Actually, I did kind of forget that I did. Actually, I did have you read some of it before. I think one of the times before when I had you co-host, right?
Oh yeah, I did some voices. Aha! Mystery solved, though.
But the eagle coming down for the trap.
Uh-huh.
So that's probably what caught the.
It's supposedly solving the mystery, but it creates a bigger one in my head.
Yeah. Darn good shooting and a very clever idea, Drake. How in the devil did you train that falcon? You must have a reason for robbing Pierre. Well, Colby, I have, but not a good one. Since my wife died, I've been in a daze. Everything reminds me of her: trees, snow, cabin, and this cursed loneliness. So I decided to leave this territory, but I needed a big stake to get to the States. And Pierre, he always makes a big catch of fur. Dumb luck, he's stumbling on me this way. So he was stealing Pierre's stuff to try to finance his trip to the States. Would you say that's probably what the case is, RJ?
Yeah, and he was, and the falcon was taking the minks, so that's why there were no footprints.
Right.
But here's what I don't get: how'd the falcon step on the release for the trap?
You make a good point there. Yeah, that probably wasn't something though that obviously they probably thought of back then when they were writing the story. Martin Filchalk probably wasn't thinking that when he wrote the story, right?
Yeah, because unless the falcon like just chewed him in half and cut the leg off of him or something, and then took him both pieces, but. No, you got to step on the release. You got to pry that thing apart.
That one panel we saw, that wasn't the case because we saw him.
Yeah, because he shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they probably realized, oh, this isn't going to work, but we're already, near the end of the story. We'll have him shoot the thing, and that way it won't be caught in the trap.
Yeah. Not luck, Drake. I knew it last night when I examined your pelt. I found a feather similar to the one I found at a trap of Pierre's. A few of your pelts had bullet holes, and the legs were short. Trappers don't shoot mink or marten in traps. Your good shooting and that falcon was a real combination. Help! Look, it's Pierre. He hit soft ice.
So is he saying that the guy was stalking the traps and then shooting the mink before the trap was hit? And then setting the trap with a second shot? Okay, that would be cool.
They probably, as you even said it, this is still a fairly new medium. They were probably stretching things quite a bit at this point in time.
Yeah, it's like shoot the mink, shoot the trap, make it set off. Looks like something got caught and disappeared. Okay, that's pretty ingenious now that I think about it. If you're that good of a shot.
You'd have to be one hell of a marksman to pull something like that off.
Yep.
Sorry, Colby, but I have to do this my own way. Hang on, Pierre, I'm coming. He gave his life to save yours, Pierre. Current pulled him under the ice. I believe he wanted it to be that way. So you think maybe because the guy was depressed, maybe he decided to join his dead wife and figured he'd do so by saving Pierre?
Yeah, I think he was trying to make up for his crimes of stealing from Pierre.
That sounds like a very... Here, put on my coat before you freeze. We'll go to Drake's cabin. It's the nearest. I'll come back later and get the bird. He'll never know Drake's been stealing his fur.
Oh.
Pierre, Jim was telling me that he was going out with the ice this spring, but I don't think he meant that way. He also said that he was alone in this world, and in case something happened to him, you were to get his fur. Jim was one good friend. Another Bob Colby story in an early issue. All right, that's kind of interesting way of saying that. Let's see. Now that we got through that story, let's see where we're at on time here. Let's see. Hour 20 already, so we might be able to hit one more story before Ellis Edwards was pretty well known back in this day too. He did quite a number of works. Camera of Crime, of Double Exposure, and this looks like kind of the red and white work that we've seen before. Some of the comics. Swamp Rat by Joey Barish.
Interesting how they do the colors. It's like full color, black and white. Throw some red in.
Yep. What do you think of this artwork right here? This style.
I think that's proof that anybody can make a comic.
You got some black and white stuff here. The ex-sheriff fights. This is a tech story, which they did include back in these days.
Oh, yeah.
From what I understand, I may have mentioned this before too. One of the things I think I had read once was part of the reason they would include tech stories in comics was I guess it had something to do with how they dealt with periodicals. And there was something where it was priced one way if you had a tech story in it, and was priced another if it didn't have a tech story or something to that effect.
Yeah, in some states it's taxed differently if it's periodical. Like in Illinois, for the longest time, periodicals were not taxed. So New Comic Day, your book was $1.25, you paid $1.25. Now, if you went to the back issue bin, that's why the dates were 3 months out, because as soon as it hit that date, that was like an expiration date on milk. That was the date you could return it. Now, in comic shops, that's the day you pull it off and you put it in the back issue bin, at which point it stops being a periodical and starts being a collectible, and it's taxed.
Yeah. Oh, is that why they would usually have the on sale date as 2 to 3 months in advance of the cover date?
Yeah, because that date meant send it back on this day if you've still got them.
Let's see.
$10,000 missing. Boy, that was hard to read, that font.
Yep. Yeah. I'm already up to 46 pages. Yeah, I'm just gonna breeze through the rest of it because again, I've got a headache and I just
don't kill yourself, man.
Yeah. Well, considering the busy day I had, the busy and chaotic day I had today, and I still got stuff to do in terms of like catching up on videos and all that. All right. So I hope everybody liked the stories we went through tonight.
They were keen.
I guess that's why they named the book Keen Detective Funnies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're at an hour 24 right now. Now, depending upon the content, how much I read, we usually do get up to about 2 hours here, but whether we're just going to do an hour and a half show tonight, as I said, I'm just pretty burned out. But if you can stick around for a few minutes after we close up shop here, RJ, for post game, that'd be appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was there anything else anybody wanted to ask about or talk about before we start to settle down? Because we'll start to settle down a little early tonight, and we this day in each history, we have some very interesting things tonight. I'll give people a chance to. Okay. I've enjoyed it, Mike and RJ. All right. Guess that just came up just now. So
Yeah, Woody's just an hour away from me.
huh. All right. Well, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start to wrap up here as you know, just one of those days where I'm just. In fact, I think you can even see some of the red on my skin here. You know, you can tell I've been out in the sun today. You know.
Yeah, you'd probably be skin stiff tomorrow. Yeah, when you can feel your skin tighten up when you try to move.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, today is Friday, April the 8th, 2022. So why don't we go ahead and take a look back at this day in each history? History! All right. So, first stop we're going to go back to, we're going to head back to 1972. As on this date in 1972, which was, of course, 50 years ago today, the animated shorts, The Most Important Person, debuted on CBS's Captain Kangaroo program. They were produced by Sutherland Learning Associates. They were 66 short subjects of important topics in the lives of children. So, and then I guess they were re-syndicated in 75 to 81. But on this date in 1972, the animated short subjects, The Most Important Person, debuted on CBS's Captain Kangaroo.
I remember one of those where they were dealing with a girl who was dealing with selfishness, and the stork character had to talk her out of it, and she's like, "But I am the most important person. He even says so on TV." And I could tell right then, there's like, you know what? Somebody wrote in and said, "There's a message here that I don't think you're seeing," because they were like, "The most important person in the world to you is you. Come on, we'll show you the most important person." And kids took that to be like, "Yeah, me."
All about me.
Parents like, "Yeah, you need to revise what you're doing here a little bit. Walk it back a bit."
But you know something though. That's another example of how important word usage is.
Yeah.
And how when we're looking at when we're reading through some of the stories we read, like what we did tonight and stuff like that, we take a look at how they used words back then as compared to today. Even you came up with some interesting points there in terms of comparing the way they did the dialogue back then as to how they do it now. So so there's something to be said there. Anyways, moving on to the next piece in each history. Let's see. Just gotta remind myself. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back 30 years ago today to 1982. As on this date in 1982, the 15th and penultimate issue of Richie Rich and His Girlfriends went on sale on newsstands from Harvey Comics on this date back 40 years ago today, 1982. This was the penultimate issue, which of course means the second to the last issue they did of this series. This series ran 16 issues. The only girlfriend I knew that Richie Rich had was Gloria, and that was, of course, in the cartoons. I didn't know he had other girlfriends, but
oh yeah. Richie was a player. Richie would be with Gloria Glad. He would be with Dot Polka. He'd be with Audrey, last name I forget now. He wasn't really romantic boyfriend girlfriend with them, but he was only just a kid. It was all puppy love.
Well, they were like 10 years old or something like that, right?
Yeah, Gloria was definitely his main squeeze all the time. And Lotta Plump, I don't think she was like a girl friend, and I think that might be why they've got the two words separated there, because he never really had dates with them. He just played with them because they were kids.
They were his friends who just happened to be girls.
Yeah.
So that was probably. Let's see, Gloria Glad, Polka Dot, Lotta Plump.
No, Dot Polka.
Dot Polka, Lotta Plump, Harvey Comics and a lot of the animated series that brought them about as well, and as well as Archie Comics. Those are some pretty good. Those are some pretty good stuff. Richie Rich, of course, Harvey Comics, but like you had Sabrina from Archie Comics as well. That you had the Groovy Ghoulies and all that. Anyways, so,
I talked with Lou Scheimer once, and we talked about the Groovy Ghoulies. How that was one of my favorite shows. They were all my favorite shows growing up on Saturday mornings. And he's like, "Well, you didn't grow up in Britain because over there we found out, and you want to talk about word usage, Ghoulies meant something different in British vernacular." So over there, the cartoon was about
something that would not be suitable for children. I take it.
Well, it was the groovy testicles.
Oh, sheesh. Yeah,
that's what ghoulies are over there.
Kids going around talking about testicles.
Yeah.
Now, Grant, I know, like from that scene in Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I know the little boy there when he would get up and say, "Mr. Kimball, boys have a penis, girls have a vagina," and everybody.
That's funny. That's a GIF you can't find in Twitter. Woody, Baby Huey was part of the Harvey Toons family. Yeah. Little Lulu was a different universe. She did not interact with the Harvey characters.
The heart, as I remember, because I did have a chance to watch like the Harvey Comics characters. Baby Huey, Little Audrey, let's see, Casper the Friendly Ghost and his cast of characters. Tommy Tortoise and Mohair. I think even the modern Madcaps were.
How rich can you get? Never gonna know till you get.
This young boy, Richie Rich is his name. His bank account is as rich as his name. That's it, Richie Rich. Yeah, that kind of goes back to the trailer Chris did for me, because one of the other cool things about that was he did like the guitar instrumental of Gummy Bears, and partly because, of course, lately, as I've been waiting for people to come in my shows, I've been singing Gummy Bears a lot. The Gummy Bears theme from the cartoon. So we put that in there.
Chris is a talented musician.
Huh?
Chris is a very talented musician.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I think that the trailer he did for me was superb, considering that I'm more substance and style. RJ, you know full well I don't do a lot of the editing stuff like you do and some of the others do. I don't have the background.
Even the McNeil Lehrer NewsHour had an intro musical bit that told people who they were and what they were about. So,
yeah, well, even Toys was saying earlier I should probably start using that trailer as kind of an intro. Just figuring it out exactly. Like when I did it tonight, I just shared the screen and had it up, but maybe they all.
Oh no! You need to upload that video to your StreamYard and play it from there. It'll play much better, faster, and a much easier transition.
Yeah, but for me, I'm not sure how exactly to do. It's one of those things, that's the thing. That's part of the thing with me. The technical stuff, and I know you're going to tell me it's not super technical, but the technical stuff is just not my cup of. It's not my realm of experience or expertise.
You click on it. That's it. You click on it, and then it's playing. And while it's playing, you can click on your picture down here to throw you to the screen. No one will see you because the video's playing, and that way, when the video's done, you're there.
Yeah, but how would I put it onto the how would I put it onto the StreamYard then?
Do you have the video, or do you just have his YouTube version of it?
Well, he sent me the video in my Facebook Messenger.
So did you save it to your machine?
No, I'm not. I don't even know how to really do that.
Okay. So once you save it to your machine, all you have to do is go to your brands.
Machine.
Well, you got to save it to your laptop. It's got to be a file on your laptop or on your desktop, your machine. You know, what do you run the StreamYards on, man? Phone?
No, on my laptop.
Well, there you go. You've got to save it local. You've got to save that video local so that you can then upload it to your StreamYard account into your brand videos.
Huh. So I could somehow put it into the brand, like when I do that acoustic stuff.
Click on brand. Click on brand. It won't kill nothing.
All right, here, I'll unshare this for a moment. Oh, by the way, just to finish this off real quick, the book, of course, sold for 60 cents and was 32 pages. So
yeah.
All right, so click on brand. Okay.
Click on brand. See videos.
Add background. I don't see videos, but I have it down towards the
background. It's below backgrounds. No, it's above backgrounds. Are you on the $25 a month plan?
Yeah.
Or are you on the free one?
I'm on the $25 a month plan.
Okay, then you've got it.
So I'm down at the bottom where it says background music.
No. It's way higher than that. Background music is
and there's background. Let's see. Leave background, add background.
Yep, that's it. It works the same way, except it's not going to be backgrounds. It's okay. You're at the bottom where the background music is. You scrolled up. You've seen background. Scroll up to the very next one, and it's going to say video clips. Yes. And you'll
and I see countdown, which is I think I've seen on yours. So add video clip.
Click it.
Huh?
Click countdown. Click it.
Okay.
See that was? And you stop it like again if you want to stop it early.
Yeah. Well, I just stopped it early because
we've seen it. Yeah, but
so basically, where it says add video clip here, I could just add a video clip at some point.
Exactly. You click on that, it'll open up your videos folder. You're like, where's it at? Where's that? Make sure you save your video to that folder so it's easy to find. And then you just upload them. You can upload up to a 10-minute video in this thing. So, if you had video news things that you wanted to talk about, you could play the video, and then when they're done, you could say, let's talk about what we just saw here.
I clicked a brand British fellow conservative. Ooh. Yeah, see, some of this stuff is kind of Greek to me, so it's like that's why, and and the thing about being about being on the spectrum when it's something you're not familiar with.
Yeah, it's anxiety driving.
Yeah.
But that it's just it's another habit that you develop, and you do it 5 times.
Well, yeah, I know this because I was hesitant. At the very beginning, I was hesitant. Because it was through my it was through my interactions with like Tug and Yellow Flash and them that inspired me to even do my YouTube channel. So
exactly, and you got into that habit, so now you're comfortable with that. Just adding videos to it is a very minor growth. Adding overlays is a very minor growth. Take like they said in What About Bob? Baby steps. Yeah. Jason Myers is here, bringing the Swedish chef.
Anime fan himself. So, as always, guys, if you haven't yet, if you can like and share the stream and see if we can get some more friendly people in here, that'd be appreciated. Yeah. So anyway, we still got a couple more history tidbits to do before we head out, and got kind of sidetracked there, but that's a good sidetrack. Is learn a little bit more from me. Oh, anyways, getting on to the next piece of niche history is going back 15 years ago today to 2007. Bork. Going back to 2007 here, the following animes, Gonzo's Bokurano and Kyoto Animation's Lucky Star, both premiered on this date back in 2007. So 15 years ago today, Gonzo's Bokurano and Kyoto Animation's Lucky Star premiered on this date. They were both 24 episodes. Lucky Star I've seen, and that's kind of a cute one. You follow around these four middle school, high school age girls and their antics, their lives, and stuff like that. It's a cute one, and their the opening song is actually pretty cute too. It's you want to have a feel good moment there. You should check it out. So anyway, so on this date back in 2007, Bokurano and Lucky Star premiered on this date back then. And finally, we have one last piece of niche history from 5 years ago. Kind of more of a sadder one. As on this date back in 2017, legendary Mexican luchador Fishman, his real name being Jose Angel Najera Sanchez, passed away at the age of 66. This was a luchador who was well known throughout the times from the mid-70s and into the 80s. Worked for, of course, EMLL, Empresa Mexicana de Lucha Libre, which is now CMLL, Universal Wrestling Association, the World Wrestling Association, Mexico's version of it, and AAA. Known, of course, for his high flying. Had numerous runs with various titles, including the NWA light heavyweight, Mexican national light heavyweight, among many titles, a few trios titles as well. So on this date, 5 years ago today, Fishman passed away at the age of 66. Alrighty then, I thank everybody for being here tonight. Sorry if I seemed a little drained, as I had a pretty chaotic day today. And I hope you all had fun, and I hope to see you all back here on Monday. Bye.